You can probably hear me now. That sounds good. We're just going to look at a few matches before the patch hits. Just talk about things that I see in the game design or things I want to improve with my own gameplay. I'll scoot this side. Alright, so I'm just playing some Lollipop. I picked her up recently. A lot of things I don't do with her include... I mean, she has some crazy hops, right? She can hop sideways at a shield really far, and she can jump vertically really far, but she's got to kind of commit. And she has an air shield, an air block, but it's not as versatile as I thought it was at first. But like stuff like that, you can hop clean out of the way. It's crazy. I'll go back and show you that. Right here, I shield, and then I do a shield hop, and see how far away he did a standing grab, and it almost got me. Right here. So that's huge. And I try to counterattack, but apparently my hits, I guess I didn't aim them properly because he got out with minor arm damage. So she has a really big instant counter jump forward and a really big one back. That kind of makes it to where it's hard for Lollipop to sort of close in the space in tiny amounts. But I love this stuff. Anticipation, puff up, super jump, and then do 2 punches. One, which doesn't block the incoming arm blast, and I shoot my medium arm, which blocks it, and it hovers me just enough to get over the laser. So that tornado is good for catching people who like to go sideways. So a lot of times I test what players do when I get up in their face and that guy grabbed. So like, okay, I'm going to use arms that are both medium weight instead of one that's lightweight, and I'm going to try to just pin him down with different arms. It's so hard to evade rushes, but you know, that's definitely not how you do it. Just try jumping high. That's kind of like a Biden Bark's super high jump when he jumps off of his doggo friend, but Lollipop can kind of do it to a lesser degree without needing a doggo friend. So I'm trying to get like underneath the arms, and I know the dragon arm had slow to start, and the boomerang arm likes to go sideways a lot, so I'm just kind of keeping the pressure up. He jumps sideways out of my knockdown situation, so I know he's just kind of squirming and playing defensively. But now I have a special since I've been attacking more. In this character, Keycobra cannot move around well unless he's charged, so he has no charge right here, so even though normal characters would be able to get away, he has really poor mobility if he's not charged up. You can just punch him in the face. Round 3. I kind of don't like when you hit them with a stun move in the air, they just kind of fall over, but I guess if you're good enough at the wake-up game, that's a good enough defense. A lot of times when there's ice, I try to jump, or when there's electricity, I try to be in the air, so it knocks me down. So he's trying to trap me with like the left-right laser and cool meringue combo. So I'm going to try to use a little bit more mobility. I swear I thought I blocked this. I don't even know how this move works. I just got like swept up. Shield. Maybe right when I land I don't have it and I got swept up like crazy. So that's me not knowing my character. That's fine. This is me being overly aggressive. No, just seeing what he does. Try to back up because, you know, it's just dangerous to be that close. Again, he has no mobility. I think he just, yeah, just kills me. I'm like, okay, Lollipop. Couldn't figure out how to make these fun chucks work against a shielding opponent from far away. That's fine. So I go back to my secondary dude. Ninjara, same opponent. But Ninjara's chakram arms do a really good job of covering sideways movement, and Cobras love that. So already I can like have better mobility in the air like a normal character instead of Lollipop's sort of exaggerated movement. And I can put that to good use. Ninjara can hop around like crazy and like not get hit. Chakrams are a little hard to aim, but I'm just working them over, so I don't need to do anything too direct at this point. I like getting charge. We traded. Okay, so if I go left, right, the middle's open, so I'll just guard that a little bit better this time. These moves are slow. This is kind of hard to tell people how to do this stuff. Like, this grab was a bait, okay. I had just enough time to hop out because I went to his weak side, which is his Dragon Arm. Dragon Arm's slow, so I knew, normally I would have been punched in the face, but Dragon Arm's slow, so I knew Ninjara's extra mobility would be able to get him out of trouble. I should have just attacked right there instead of double hopping, but then he had enough time to hop, so I'm like, alright, since you clashed my 2 attacks, and one came back to me like that, now I have both of my arms down, I can like move a little bit better than normal, which is good. And then I shielded, so I hop to the side here, zoop, avoid that, and then the laser comes in and I just hold shield. And you can shield on like the first frame, both of your arms are back, so look how close this is. Frame, beep, and I teleport automatically because I'm Ninjara. So getting back on this middle upper areas, I got lucky here. Sometimes if you don't aim your arms properly, the homing drives into the ground and it puffs. Okay, being very careful about the full range of the Dragon Arm. You can test a lot of things if you know the range of your opponents, and that Dragon Arm does not go that far. So then I'm just shooting my things out sideways early, then baiting and counter grab. So this is more than just you know, medium level play. And a lot of times when people clash the lower level players, they'll just keep throwing punches. So this guy safely defended, which is good for him. And then we both decided to just get back to neutral instead of throwing too many punches. But then he got punched in the face. So now I think I got a pretty good feel for his style. Yeah, right, again, you can test things as long as you're safe, range-wise. So I tested this with a grab and backed up. Nothing could get me from that range because the boomerangs are like chakrams. They like to hit you in more or less a pinpoint position. So if you move while they're being thrown, you pretty much avoid them. And I hate being frozen. I hate being frozen. Bait, but then I hopped to his strong side. See, like same situation. I should have hopped right. The tornado wouldn't have gotten me. So I'm like, okay. Keep getting hit when I try to jump on, no worries. Just use teleport. Right here. Dragon Arm is a big commitment, so right when you can get around to with mobility, he has one arm to defend himself. So I throw one, test his arm, good. Followed up with the second one. And then combo that into a grab. That's 110 plus 150, so you know, 260 damage, not bad. That's like a fourth of your life from one sort of opening. Do that 4 times, you win. Another bait. This guy's not very conscious of sort of how the power has swung. So here I aim both at his weak or his left side. Disable his Boomerang, and while his Dragon Arm's taking forever to come out, it's just like, you left yourself open. That's why you shouldn't jump and double arm most of the time. Makes sense. A lot of times what gets you the victory in these matches isn't just, hey, it's Clifton. Really wish there was an overhead view for Twitch viewers. It would be fun to watch matches from this new... Oh, I can do different camera angles. Hey, thanks guys. I'm gonna show you. So this is a guy named Brawler. He plays Max Brass, and what's really cool about this is, you know, Max Brass is like fat Springman, and Springman has like a shockwave that defends himself. You'll see it in action here, but he powers himself up like that. You'll see it. He gets bigger. I don't know if you can kind of see it from this angle, but like look how skinny he is, and look at his chest, bigger and bigger. Now he's a huge like triangle, flying triangle, but his mobility isn't as good as Springman's. So these arms that he has likes to come out and then explode. So there it comes out, and there's going to be an explosion on my feet. You can't see it. That's fine. So this guy's a very straightforward jump and double punch strat. I think I called that out in the last video, but he's still doing it. So like same playstyle, same player. A lot of people don't change. They just make minor adjustments. So this is what's beautiful about this game right here. I'll show you this from a different angle just for Clifton. So like this is from his perspective. when you're in the air, you're committed. So a lot of people like to overdo the offense. I just jump right over it, like that, and then punch back. That's a standard counter for an over-aggressive aerial opponent. But I'll pause it. He has armor since he puffed himself up with his charge. He has like one hit of free armor, so this is reduced damage. That's a 50. And then you can see in blue, his armor is gone. So right now I'm like, doesn't matter if you have armor. I followed up with my secondary attack, which is that. My second arm, and then I hit him out of it. So he didn't hit him out of his armor. Gave him 80 damage on the second one. He goes aggressive again, because a lot of people think, oh, I have armor. I can keep the offense going. But right here, I'm like, no. You're still behind because your arms are going full length and I'm hitting your chest. So I recover slightly ahead. Use my shockwave right there to disable his arm coming in, and then I can freely attack. So now he's just completely wide open. You can see it. I do a grab. It's an easy 150 damage because I saw that he can't punch with his other arm until, you know, it gets back to his side. Throw him over. He puffs up again. I'm like, that's fine. I do a cross arm punch here to stop his dominant arm. He's probably a right-handed person in real life, so we go right to right, and then he follows it up with a second, but I just do a hover. Whenever you punch in this game, you slightly hover in midair, like this. There's a hover. That's as much of a top-down angle you get, I think. This one. So he does it again, over-aggressive double arm punch, and I'm just like having fun. Knowing the distances you can throw grab like this without getting counter-punched back, because a lot of people like to move when they wake up because your dash is partially invincible, but I just throw out a grab just to test them, and since I hit a freaking car right here, right there, I get to recover slightly ahead of time, which, as you can see, was important for dodging that punch. So like your entire environment is really important in ARMS. These cars, a lot of people think this level is a runaway level because like, oh, you go all the way to the one end and then you chase him and then he just goes all the way to the other end. It's really annoying. But the thing with this game is corners are bad for if you're in a corner, just like in real life, just like in Street Fighter, just like being on the edge in Smash or whatever. But in this game they make it bad because when your arms collide with any object, you recover faster, so you're basically, you know, 30% faster, which is significant. So when I punched that car, I made myself faster, so everything that happens in this lower area, it's more dynamic than your typical flat level because cars can make temporary corners, if you will, temporary situations where you can use the physical environment to increase your offense. It doesn't increase your defense, it just increases your offense. I mean, you can hide behind a car. So oftentimes when people just dash around and dance, I just dash myself. I'm like, eh, let's dance. I'm like, I'm not gonna throw too many punches. He reacted slowly here, so I got my shield out right before the second punch. You can hear the timing. Mine's 1, 2. His 1, 2, too late. So like if he doesn't immediately, you hear his punches when you're punching, he's not going to get you. A lot of the interactions are double blind, just like all fighters. Okay, so back to my perspective. He's just completely not understanding that I'm going to kill him. Let's see what happens in the second match. I got grabbed. You never know what's going to happen with these cars. Like, his grab could have easily hit the car if I moved a little bit more to the right. So maybe I should have aimed that a little bit more defensively. That's fine. I love jumping on cars. And okay, so here's the thing about his arms. They're faster than mine, his little fist, but they can't curve as much. So I go to the side and I stop moving to the side. And look how close that is. Look how close that is. I can't believe that. Let's get another angle. See, he thinks he hit me, but actually dodged. Dodged. Look at that. It's like around my waist. That's ridiculous. But you know, you can fill these distances out. And I just do a double punch, layer on the damage right there. Oops, gotta get a better angle. There we go. I do it again, so I love doing this. People like to squirm. I just aim to the side preemptively. I'm already aiming to the side. And then he moves into my aim. And then gets hit. I'll do it again, aim to the side. So now he knows I'm trying to hit him on the side. He's gonna go more straightforward. But I do the same anti-air thing, where I hover over his double aggressive punches. Then I punch him out of his rush because he's just aggressive and not aiming well. This is the lingering explosion thing I was talking about. I shield it. Boom. I'm like, time to move. Cool. Oop, fire lingers. So that's what his advantage is with his crazy arms. But I'm like, it doesn't matter. And I scared him into shielding. Knowing exactly when to grab. That was a funny trick. So like the shockwave that he gets when he stands up here only happens when he gets like below 1/4 health. So I bait it with one of these, and normally this is a really bad thing because he gets up, shockwaves, and then he counterattacks. But then I use my rush, see that he's jumping, and recover even faster than normal. Right here, jump over his fist. Where's how fast this is? Look how fast that is. It's so close. That's so close. I just barely inched out enough time. And since I jumped full, I dodged to the side. You can see me going inside there, and I'm jumping to his weak side because he punched with yeah, the left arm first, so you can go into his weak side, and then he was just completely open for my rush punches. It's over. So yeah, hopefully whenever you're playing any fighting game, when people just do the same thing over and over and aren't like aware of the risk reward, you should be able to beat them pretty comfortably. But now it's time for me to get completely owned. So this is level 20. His name's Slosher. He showed up. So I'm like, oh, this is terrible right off the bat. He's Mummy. He's Mummy right here. And this guy has armor automatically like the last guy we saw, but this guy doesn't have to charge to get it, so he's already armored. These fun chucks, they're like nunchucks but more fun, kinda. They fly out in sort of vertical, like attacking angle like that. But they're a little slow out, moving and slow traveling, but their advantage is while they're spinning at your side, they can block, kind of like real nunchucks, which is kind of fun, Chuck. And the other thing is, my arms are these, what are they? I can't even tell like what angle I am. I wish I could go forward and backwards. Okay, so my arms are these chakram arms, and these have no knockdown properties, they have stun properties. And stun doesn't break people out of their super armor. Fire does, wind does, and electricity does, but like not this. So I'm in a really bad matchup. He can not only block my attacks, but if he gets hit, it doesn't even matter. So like, I'm gonna try to get through this offense, and he's just gonna keep throwing stuff, because even if I hit him, I can't stop him from throwing stuff. My arms are getting disabled. It's terrible. And like, even if I throw stuff, he just throws. I'm like, how do I stop this? Like, normally you stop it by shielding, right? And you punch out of your shield. But then Ninjara, when he shields, he teleports automatically, which means I don't get that little bit of time I need to counterpunch. So I have to rely on mobility, and nothing's working. I'm like, this is terrible. Terrible. I'm moving, I'm trying to find an opening. I barely stunned him there, but it doesn't really matter. And then, even if I shielded that, I probably would have gotten hit, because Ninjara's automatic teleport can get him in as much trouble as it can get him out of trouble. And he's just throwing punches. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Oh, here's another bad thing. Look how long it takes my arms to recover. It clashes, and then look, his arm's already back at his side. Mine's still coming back. Now, in general, you get an advantage for clashing their arm when your arm's closer, because, you know, you pull it back to your body a lot faster. But fun chucks in particular recover either like normal or faster, and my arms in particular recover less fast. So like, this little thing dragging on the ground, look how slow this is. I threw that punch a long time ago. He's already has both of his arms ready. It's still coming back. Look, still coming back. He already threw his other punch and blocked it. And my first arm that clashed it, it's still coming back. So this is terrible matchup. So I just get punched in the face over and over. I can't even use cars, because apparently like the fun chucks are like super vertical and flippy over the car. And I'm like, hell no. So this is me going, okay, I go to my little fists. They're a little bit bigger and recover a little faster, but it's like the same problem. If I can't play defense, and these fists don't stun them either, just like my other stupid chakrams. So like right here, I get a hit. Look what it means. Yeah, 50 damage. When you have armor, you take less damage, and you don't get flinched, and I can't do anything about it. So like right here, this is my best defense. I'll use offense as my defense. Yeah, I'll throw punches. So look, his arms flopped, mine arms flopped. Let's see who recovers first. I recover slightly ahead of him. I punch again closer to me. I recover slightly. Let's see, I'm back recovering. So I dash and try to get around the second arm, and I clash it. I'm like, okay, another arm's coming in. Let me dash to the other side, or punch it down. Let's see. And then shield. That's so ninja. That's so cool. But then he has another arm coming in. Like, what am I supposed to do? Where am I opening? I mean, if you have rush, sure, you can make an opening. I shouldn't have grabbed it. That was dumb. Like, you shouldn't even do that to medium level players, or well, definitely not level 20 high level players. Not sure what to do. I'm like, oh well. Like, I try to jump and then he just rushes. I'm like, this is terrible. Looks just as painful as it was to play. So this is me going Springman. You know, hopefully a character with firearms and a defensive shield and a shockwave can do better. Maybe I do better. I picked this wind arm on my left because I really want to like knock him back and get him in a corner. So like I'm playing with one arm at first because the wind arm is low priority, right? I'll show you. It's a lightweight arm. So it gets clashed by anything that he has right now. But the great part about it is it's fast and it's like a circle cone, so it's easy to hit. It's easier to hit things if you can get it out there. So this is me trying to get my defense, but apparently like my arms are getting destroyed. This is what happens when you dash too much. Oh, he got lucky here. He angles it perfectly to hit my neutral arm on my left side of my body and my face. So that not only weakened my arm, but it also gave me damage. So now my arm breaks because he weakened it with that previous hit. And I try to counter punch his incoming punch so I could defend myself, and I missed. I'm like, how did I miss? Oh, this is how I missed. You see a shadow? How it's like an S curve? And see how my punch coming out of my body is a straight line? He barely curved that around my counter punch. And that's something you can do with slower moving arms. You get a little bit more curving power typically. So I'm like, oh no, okay. So now I'm trying to weaken one of his arms. Not... So there, classic Springman defense. You can dash, charge, and when you release your charge, shockwave comes up, 12 frames. Stop both of his arms. I can do a full-on offense because he doesn't have rush and he's completely undefended. Okay, that's one hit. Let's see if I can get another one. I saw the rush coming, but he's weakening my shield and it breaks. I'm like, man, what are these fun chucks? It's not fun at all. And my arm's weakened from even having my shield broken. Apparently, you can't jump over these things. I'll show you. This is me trying to jump over it. And I try to backflip over it. Like, look at that. I'm trying to be an acrobat. Look at that. Normally, that would be, you know, you dodged it. You're great. You're cool. I got hit anyway. Not looking good. But at least I can play a little bit more of my normal defense. See right there. Classic bait. Okay, I'll show you from this angle. Throw one punch. He dodges it. Okay. Cross punch. And then follow it up with another punch to where I'd be exposed if he counter rushes. So he insta counters and tries to go forward, but Fun Chucks are slow. Look how slow they are. Instead of instantly going forward, Fun Chucks spin sideways a little bit. Look, spin, 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 spin. Now we're moving forward. I'm like, gave me just enough time to react and get this off. And stop both of them. I'm like, now your face is punched. Okay, so not bad, but I'm definitely not playing as well as I want to. And now, why can't I hit these stupid things? Now, there is a curse that Mummy players like to play in lag, but I don't think this guy's laggy. It's just a curse. There's other Mummy players that are laggy. See, like, how do I get through it? Here's another cool thing about Fun Chucks. When you throw them in the air, they turn into like fan blades that are circular, which means they're much easier to block stuff than, you know, the skinny one. So depending if you're in the ground or in the air, you can choose to be like a huge area or skinny pinpoint area, which is pretty cool for Fun Chucks. I play Fun Chucks with Lola Pop. So this is me getting back into the corner. I know my shield's weak, so I'm going to try to not, yes, this is really hard. So everyone knows, shield's weak, you're weak. So I'm going to avoid him hitting my left arm right here. Oh, let's get a better angle. There. Avoid hitting my left arm. I know shield's weakening. When you shield and you have a weakened arm, everything weakens. So like now my other arm's weakened, but I know I can take two weak little Fun Chuck hits and then punch out of it. So I'm really just avoiding my weak spots right here. And I did a cross arm punch because I know that the Fun Chucks come out slowly. So two aggressive moves right here. He tries to punch, but I aim to the right. See that? He tries to counter punch it because he thinks I'm just going to go straight forward offense, and I aim just on this other arm. And that got me out of that hole. And now I have no shield, so I have to dodge, and then I still got hit and he crushed me. I'm like, this is sad. I'm sad. And Master Mummy has a really powerful grab, so like if I play too defensively, I either have my shield broken or grabbed anyway. So traded. That's good. At least he's knocked down. I don't know how he did so much damage to me. It's because all my moves are not doing that much damage to him because he has armor. But I have flame punches now. This is why I wanted to get him in the corner in the first place. Again, this is the mark of a better player. Two better players. Punch clash, punch clash, punch clash, and then you don't just keep punching. Except for he did. You're not supposed to keep punching. Okay, so this pisses me off. This is something I don't even understand. I punch. My second fist. Punch. Clash. Okay, everyone gets that. He throws his fist again, but since they're slow coming out, I should be able to punch him, right? Punch one. Oh, he just did 2 in 1. How did he do that so fast? My arm's still on the ground. I should have slightly... Yeah, I should have slightly waited here until I got my full dash, and then done a backwards dash punch to increase the space between me and my opponent. Because, you know, this is not too much space. That's not too much space. There we go. And then he grabs me for 100 and 200 damage. That's ridiculous. So I just get in his face because I don't like him. So I'm not doing that badly, but see, he doubled up again. What happened here? Oh, he aimed on my other shoulder. What a jerk. So it looks like they're both going straight forward, right? But then he crisscrosses his arms, and I punch early to stop the first one, which means before it gets crossed. But then I didn't even realize his second one was going like that. Barely dodged that. Okay. Okay. See, I do the same things. To the side, crisscross. 1, 2. And he can't dodge out of it, and he can't get his fun chuck out fast enough because fun chucks start really, really skinnyly vertical. Okay. Don't fall for the bait. I still got hit. I swear I could have been out of this. Maybe if I backdashed, like right before punching here, backdashed to increase the distance instead of doing a standing punch. Because this is not even a charge punch, so this wasn't going to stop me anyway. It was just bad. And then I try to walk out of the way, but look at that horizontal one. What is that doing? I almost made it. So that lost me a really big advantage. I try to punch out of it. Just keep him at distance. Maybe I can get a rush. If I get a rush, I can probably beat him on this round, but something happens. Okay, I don't know what happens. So I try to use the shockwave. Oh, what happened here? I don't know what happened here. Let's see. 1, shockwave. 2, punch-to-punch clash. Where is the side angle? 3. He starts up a punch. Clash. And then he starts up another punch. I aimed for it because I'm crisscrossing. Look at that! Look at that! What happened? It stops on nothing. Look. Nothing's in the air. Nothing is here. And all of a sudden what happened? My fist just stops. Look, it hits an invisible wall or something. And then if it hit the fun chuck, it should have stopped it, right? Clash. What happened? I knew I didn't lose this for any real reason. I don't even know what that was. I totally was back in that game. I was like, this sucks. This sucks. So then he switches. So like that was a unique set of arms on a unique character. He does it again to me. So like, let's say I won that last one, or at least won that round and took it to round 3. So look at this combination. This little dude here is called Bite and Bark. Megabytes and Bark, B-A-R-Q, because he's a dog and cop combo, and he's a robot. He picked 2 arms that are the only 2 shield arms in the game. They look like little shields. One's on the left is Guardian, and one on the right is Clapback. So the one on the right reflects my attacks back at me, and the one on the left blocks my attacks and can electrocute me for more to stun me. But then look at this pupper. Look at this stupid pupper. This guy just loves to move around and defend his master, and then punch when the master punches. So like you can see that stupid pupper. Look, master punches. Pupper's like me too. So you have to stop. You have to be wary of the dude and the pupper. And the pupper can charge. See how his fist is like my fist, a red charge fist? What a jerk. So he's got 3-point offense right here. And I'm like, okay, I fought these guys before. Let's see what happens. So like these shields. Look at these shields. So annoying. It just follows you. Now the downside is, whenever you have any of your arms out, one or two, you can't block. So he's completely open if I can get to him, and that's the whole dynamic of this fight. Like, he tries to shield himself, have the pupper attack for him, and then he tries to put himself in positions where I can't hit him. Super annoying. But at least I got electrocuted far enough back to where he couldn't follow it up with anything because he had arms out. I'm like, okay, distance. Look, I try to punch the Guardian Shield, nothing happens. It's a shield. Pupper tries to get me. This is me attempting to curve around his other shield, but since my Toaster Fist is so fast, I don't have much curve. If I had a different fist, I would have been able to work around his defense and punch him right here. But look how close that is. Not close enough. And then look, this is me getting clapped back. I punch his other shield, which I told you is a clapback. It takes my red fire fist, pushes it back at me, and hits me in the face. So he's like triple layer defense, and I'm trying to figure out how to crack it. And this is one way I'd figure it out. Okay, if two of his shields are on the left and the pupper's not ready, I can aim right, dash right. Where is it? And look at that right there. See how I start curve right and then curve left? So I barely got around his defenses because I can move and shoot. I'm like, let's see if that works. I hate this. So right here, when I charge my left arm, it does 3 little glowing needles like that, or glowing missiles. But if they get stopped by anything, they all stop together, which is a disadvantage. So if I uncharged this one, only one of the missiles would have gotten stopped and the other 2 would have went forward. So I probably need to play an uncharged offensive game. I didn't put that together in enough time. So he tries to grab me, but then he has pupper and more shields up. I hate that. I'm always trying to jump over the Guardian, and it just like punches you and speeds up at the last second. So like he's trying to grab me, he thinks I'm gonna go ultra defensive. I'm not. Yeah. So now I know he's going to do the stupid Guardian thing, so I have my shockwave ready and deflect it, and then I move. He still has one shield up, so I punch it. And the shields have a timer, they can't stay up forever, so I probably should pay more attention to like the natural rhythms he's putting out just based on the shield timing. Right there, I tried to punch through it. Oh, and I did! So I did do it. It's like, look, glowing shield, that means you can attack because it's not going to reflect. Offense, layer, go, 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 hit him. 120 damage, not good enough though. But then I punch Pupper in the face. So now he has no Pupper. See? That was a cool sound effect. So here, right here, I shockwave the shield and try to overload him. He dashes. I probably should have just done one punch. But then he reflects my own punch back at me. But whenever it reflects, you actually have a little bit of time to get around it, so I do. I overload that side, but if that Guardian wasn't there, I think I would have scooped right around it and punched him in the face. But now his Guardian's out and his other arm isn't out. But then he pulls him back. Okay, kill Pupper, working him over into the corner. So that left shield, even though it can reflect stuff, it actually doesn't go nearly as far as the Guardian. So look at this. I dodge my own fist, and he tries to hit me with it. Look how short it stops. This is called spacing, people. If you don't know your spacing, you're guessing. Like, you don't even know who you're fighting. Let me see if I can inch this forward. There. This is how close it was. Look, this is spacing. If I could put spacing in one GIF, look at that. That's spacing. Spacing. Side view, spacing. That was so dumb of me. So now I've lost a lot of advantage. So I'm just gonna try to figure out how to move a little bit more comfortably and see what happens if I ultra defend and then Pupper punches me in the face. But Okay. So here's what you don't want to do. If you overload his reflecting punch, you don't want to throw your own punch into your own incoming reflected punch and basically waste your time. Don't do that. I should have waited a split second. Here's what's also makes me mad. Look at this Pupper. trying to punch me. So this is, I'm learning how to move within the matrix, right? And I actually get some good offense going, but time runs out. So this is basically how you defeat the ultimate defense. You have to overload it and make him use the super slow arms, and then use your mobility. Because once he's in the air, he can't really hit you. They're not like normal arms. If he ever goes in the air for any reason, you can counterattack. So now I'm going to try Shockwave it good. Shockwave, I learned my lesson. He's going to throw up another one, but now his left arm's weak. So then I jump over and use Rush. And I was like, maybe I can stall this guy out, get Rush every single time and crack his defense. So now I'm just throwing punches to build Rush. I don't really care. I'm not even... Don't get hit by the Guardian. Okay, now I'm throwing punches to get Rush. I'm like, this is my strat. This is my strat. Stop the pupper. Good, good, good. Let's go. Tries to grab me. I'm like, nope. You see what I'm doing now? And then, like, as long as his Guardian isn't out, he can't really... and then he got me. What did I do here? I should have saved one fist for defense because he clearly can't get me with anything but a grab. So that's my bad. I'm like, oh no. Does he grab me again? Oh, I walked right into that. So if I just shielded that and walked forward instead of trying to instant counter dash punch him. Look how much time I had. I had enough time before with my fist coming back to actually shield if I didn't close the distance between me and him. So I should have just been a little more comfortable. Now I'm just going crazy. I can't believe that doesn't work. Like, shouldn't this go over that shield? Why? This is the hardest part about aiming. A lot of the aim is a little bit auto, and like that shouldn't have even hit the top of that shield. No way. And then I try to get a fist, and it blocks the fist too. That should not have happened. Which one's the normal angle? This one. Got hit there. So I'm going to try to curve around his defensive. Hit the pupper because I'm tired of that pupper. I probably should have punched diagonally through this hole right here to the right. Because I knew he'd want to walk behind the shields. Who doesn't? But then I have to block that Guardian. And then I power through the first shield. And then he blocks with the second. I was like, no. But then I jump over again. This is my plan. But I'm behind in damage. So I need to get another rush. Can I get another rush? So that one worked. Jump over. Guardian shield. Punch. Barely hit him. Maybe because they were too close to his body. Punch the pupper in the face. So now I'm just doing lots of offense, right? See, his arms are weakened, so if I keep punching, it might disable his arm. So now he has his arms out. Barely got out of this trap. Guardian incoming. He actually popped it too soon, and then I got the land and the defend. Ah, he grabbed me, no! And then I was like, don't grab, don't grab. Oh, then greedily, no! So here's what I should have done, and I have a technique for this. You jump at him, grab. When he pops, you react, you pop, and then that makes me recover faster. And since his arms are so slow, I got another air dash. I could have air dashed to the left, and if I air dashed to the left instead of just punching into his shields, probably would have won that one, and then I probably would have had enough momentum moving forward. But I didn't, so lessons. So Andrew, I played Andrew with Ninjara. It was fun playing him. He couldn't win. So let me show you this one. This is a guy named Bummer. I think he's like level 19 or 20. I'm 18, about to be 19. Been hovering around 18, 19 for a while. Okay, so like I use a heavy arm because I'm tired of people punching at me. But the heavy arm is a liability. You really have to know what you're doing. He did a really good grab right there. Annoying. So I hate it when Twin Tails get in my face. I hate Twin Tail. I learned how to sort of live with their stally defense where they just hop around and slow down time. Super annoying. Okay. Okay, okay. When he has the shield out, he can't grab. So I can just shield. Yep, you can't grab. There. Found an opportunity to overload her offense. She can't throw her other arm right here. So I sneak in one behind it. Look, from her perspective, she can't even see the second punch. Look at this, so funny. I'll just move aside, and all of a sudden, in about 10, 12 frames, the other one's coming in and hits her in the face. And notice how the Guardian arm just doesn't come out fast enough. Or the clapback shield, it doesn't come out fast enough to defend. So finding the tiny little holes to build your offense and to overwhelm their defense, it's really important. I'm just getting punched in the face now. Oh, why is it fast? Is that faster than normal? What's happening? I don't know why it's doing that. Where's my angle? Here we go. That's not faster than normal? Really? Again, finding opportunities. She can't punch with her left arm because I have my heavy out, so she has to cross arm. When you cross arm with the chakram, it takes even longer, so I do a straight punch, and even though the Guardian's coming out, I did the straight punch at the right time to trade. Hits her and hits me about with the same frame. And then I just punch her in the face. Okay. I don't use this heavy arm much. And that's why I'm losing pretty badly. You probably never throw it in the air like that unless you see their punches and you're like, I'm going to defend after reacting to what they have. Let's go to round 2. Switch back to my standard, like, fast spread with medium arm. If I made a note that I usually get rush countered when I jump in and grab, I'd be a happier person. Again, clapback doesn't have a lot of range. Staying right. This is called spacing. This is spacing. 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 Here we go. I try to get charge. I hold shield to charge if they're just kind of dashing around and I don't want to commit to a direction. I just hold shield. I'm changing my air direction a lot because the shield doesn't have a lot of good follow-up. So notice how I can jump and kind of try to pursue her. But I need to be very careful about where I put my punches, and I'm not. Sometimes it just feels overwhelming. Rush, whatever. You have a shield out. No, she has rush. Or he. She. Twin tail. Sorry, back. And look, I get rushed every time I jump, grab. It's just such a bad habit. And I know the chakram can't really hit that well. So I'm going to try to build my offense back up, maybe get a rush. See, if I basically got a few good hits in, I call their dash. I'm tired of people freaking dashing around like this, just doing nothing. Because that's like a slow motion bubble, and if you punch it, you know, your incoming attack is slow. But then I aim to the side, so when she dash out of it, got grabbed. If I got a few good hits here, instead of that, I would have been able to come back if I got a rush, so I need to keep that in mind. You're never really too far out of the game. So this is the second match. And I go Ninjara because I'm like, you can't steal my chakram arms. These are my arms. These are Ninjara's defaults. They're ninja weapons. I'm gonna show you how it's done. Look, see that? This is the slow motion. I keep talking about it, but this is a perfect thing to illustrate it. From her perspective, it looks like this. Just coming in and then all of a sudden, but you know, it's only slow when she holds the charge, like this. As soon as she stops holding the charge, she either has to get hit in the face, block, or realize it's not going to hit her. I think she could have just not moved. Yeah, she could have not shielded there. Anyway, back to my perspective. Yep. Here. So like, being on this side area, you see how it's like a raised platform? It's really hard to get back into the ring because you have to jump, and when you jump, you're committed, for the most part, to something. So like, I have to take my time getting out of this corner, but I can. So I have so many timing mix-ups on my chakram arms, but I can throw left, right, left, forward, back, or delayed forward, and people don't know exactly when they're gonna get hit. These arms typically are hard to hit things because they're more scooping arms, like hit from the side instead of straight forward. So a lot of people can just back up to get avoid them. But you get grabbed twice. You know why? Because I figured out your dash pattern. And I aim at where you're going to be instead of where you are. And since you tried to use your clapback, it's not fast enough. Ninja is super mobile, right? Right here I throw one into the clashback. See that I clash and just throw my other one and clash my own arm. Still leaves me plenty of time to jump. Hit her again. Hit her again. I can feel her dash pattern. Oop, hit myself. And then just go rush. Let's see when she, and then I just go, I hop right, or throw left. She just wasn't ready to throw her other arm, because if she did, I could have jumped and easily hit her in the face because the clapback takes so long to get back to her. So now she goes into her chakram arm, but it has a big weakness. It can't hit people that constantly back up slightly or jump. So I know the weakness. I get hit a few times like, let's see what happens. Hey, see, like you slightly back up, even though I'm completely open here. The slight little bit you can move. It's why the chakram arms are a little weaker offensively. Like, look at this. Look at this. Slight movement. My nose is almost getting touched. But you just have to know that these arms can't really cover like a standard punch glove can. So you're going to expect that, and you build that into your offense and your movement. So I'm just getting hit a lot. I haven't hit her at all. Again, I get grabbed and rushed. Every time I jump grab, I get rushed. It's like 100%. Bad rush. I just did it to stay alive. That's fine. I can get another one. This is annoying. I'm not doing a good job of just getting closer and understanding that her right arm is going to come out slower, so I don't need to react that much. I'm not doing a good job. I'm just treating her like she's normally a fighter, like with gloves and stuff. She doesn't have gloves. That's a neat little trick Ninjara can do. So a lot of times people throw stuff at you to keep you back, but the little teleport dash forward sometimes can give you some good opportunities to grab immediately afterwards. I usually don't get punished by it. So I do it every now and then. So now I finally got used to her weakness. I'm like, oh, okay, I probably don't have enough time to win, so I'm just going to keep my rush. And she should not have wasted her rush right there. I probably could not have done enough damage in 12 seconds. So this is the third round. Oh, round 3. I love it when we both grab at the beginning. Like, oh yeah? So I'm aiming at her weak side now, a lot. Crossing it up with, this is my little left-right pattern. There we go. See, I used to teleport in and shot an arm off instead of his grab. Baited that. Kept my super from last round, gave me an extra 300 damage advantage. Yeah, so even if she counterattack forward, it's like this, and she throws a chakra straight forward, just the slightest backup will get around it. So that's why these arms are really hard to use. But I can throw them better because she has one of her arms as a shield, so I'm just going to keep layering my offense up like this. And slightly mistime the second one, and aim it around, and hits her right in the back of the head. And dodge my own arm, teleport forward, throw a matrix of arms, left, right, right, lefts. Back up. So this is me baiting a rush. I want to do my grab again. Nope, I actually backdashed. And then I had enough time to barely shield, and poof. Barely poof. But Ninjara's teleport, it's automatic, so sometimes you get teleported right into more punches. It sucks. Took 170 damage, even though I called that, baited it. Probably should have held a different direction with my teleporting, but whatever. That shield can't do anything. Now I have my rush. Why would you throw a shield when I have my rush? So that's the good thing about these defensive shields. They don't want to do them too much, and then if they don't throw shields, they can't build meter. And if you can't build meter, you're probably going to get hit by rush anyway. So look, I'm just going to back up. Can't do anything, and then I'm going to get hit by this. Even if it's full damage, I had such a life lead, doesn't matter. And that's how it's done. So those are the matches I played today. The game's about to be updated, so all these videos are about to get wiped. That's fun. That's fine. Got some badges. Oh wow. I almost have a full page of badges. I don't even know if it goes to page 2, but I have one more slot missing, and that may be, you know, beat the single player or defeat that new character they put into the single player. But yeah, that's just me talking about the intricacies of ARMS, a lot of the gameplay nuances about timing and priority and character, how character movement and their defensive capabilities allow you to move in different ways and fight in different ways, and how sort of dynamic and accurate a lot of the interactions are with the hitboxes and the movement. It's kind of hard to see everything because it's 3D and the camera perspective is on your back. But replays like this really help us look a little bit more carefully at interactions, and like that stupid mummy thing where my arm just like stopped for no reason. Would have won that match. Whatever. If you have any questions about ARMS, game design, you know, hit me up. Let me know. I have Twitter, Kirby Kid. You should probably already know it if you're one of the 5 people that like to visit this channel. But hey, I do it for the fans, and I do it for the history books. So I'll see you guys next time.